Good afternoon. This is Dr. George again. The focus of this short lecture is to discuss the article summaries that I'm asking you to read and write. We'll discuss this assignment thoroughly. I'll provide you with an example, and we'll talk about it in terms of the article summary that is due this week, say habla español. When you open up this assignment via the Assignments tab, this information will appear. Read the essay, Se habla español, which is on page 629 to 632 in our textbook. Then write a 5 to 10 sentence summary of that article using the following rules of thumb. 1. You should clearly identify the source and the thesis or main idea of the essay. In most cases, readers need to see the author's last name and the title of the piece in the first sentence of your summary. This is important. Even though we're all reading Se habla español, and we all know that we're reading the same essay from the same author, you still need to provide that, because that is what good summaries do. If you don't do that, readers may not know what it is that you're summarizing. Also, in this first sentence or two, you should state the thesis or main idea of the essay under review, the overarching idea. Also, good summaries state the main ideas of the essay. The summary has to convey the main ideas or points that are essential to understanding the text's argument or message. 3, it should be brief. Keep it short. The summary includes all of the text's main points, or depending on the length, it may not hit all of them, but it should incorporate the most important points of the text. But it does need to convey that information in the most compact way possible. So limit your summaries to 5 to 10 sentences. In shorter essays like Se habla español, your summary may lean more towards the 5 sentences length. For longer essays, for example, later in the semester we'll read an essay titled, "Is Google Making Us Stupid?" It's a fairly long essay. It's fairly complex. Thus, your summary for that essay may be more towards the 10-sentence side. You need to accurately represent the source. This seems obvious, but because you are trying to convey the full meaning of the text in a much smaller space and in many fewer words, maintaining accuracy can be challenging. And 5, you need to remain objective. The summary always has an objective tone. It is not the place to tell readers how you feel or what you think about the text. So why am I asking you to write these summaries? Well, learning to summarize text in a good, solid way is an important skill to learn. It's important in English 1010. As we progress through the semester, we will be incorporating research into our essays. And as you incorporate research, you need to be able to read a text and summarize it and incorporate it into your essay. In English 2010, you'll be asked to write a 10 to 12 page research paper that incorporates 7 to 15 sources. You will need to be able to summarize those texts in order to fully incorporate them into your essays. Further into your college career, in all of your classes, you'll be asked to read text, and you'll be expected to summarize those texts. As you graduate and move into a career, you'll be asked to read a variety of texts, emails. You'll be asked to summarize phone calls. You'll be asked to summarize reports and pass that information to the necessary people. Being able to summarize well is an important skill to learn. So today we'll talk about Se habla español, what a good summary should look like. I have an example here. And if you notice, after reading the essay, I wrote this example. In her essay, Se habla español, Tanya Barrientos discusses the fact that she is of Spanish descent, writing is never done, but cannot speak Spanish. She's actually Guatemalan. She begins her essay by mentioning that she has tried to learn to speak Spanish in the past but has failed. In fact, she has taken Spanish class 6 times. Her parents immigrated to the United States when she was 3. Her parents wanted the family to abandon their culture in order to blend into life in America. By the end of the essay, Barrientos addresses several stereotypes. The registrar at her elementary school stereotypes her. Because she cannot speak Spanish, other people of Latin descent stereotype her. She also stereotypes herself. She struggles with her identity. Because she cannot speak her native language, Barrientos feels disconnected from her roots. So looking at the traits of a good summary, you can see that my first sentence names the title of the essay I'm reading, and it names the author. And it states the main idea or thesis, the one overarching idea that guides everything in her essay. After that first sentence, the next several sentences highlight the main points. It addresses the main ideas. I didn't hit all of them because, again, I'm keeping this brief. And then my last sentence or two wrap up my summary, by the end of the essay or in conclusion, or to summarize some sort of signal phrase that indicates to the reader that now I'm addressing what the author decides by the end of the essay. Some of some more overarching ideas. Okay. My summary itself is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sentences. So it is a little bit long for a short essay. If you've already written and submitted an article summary, that's fine. Of course, yours does not have to conform. It does not have to use the exact same words or mention the exact main points that my article summary does. Because we interpret texts differently, you may think some of the main ideas are more important than the ones that I've discussed. But, again, good, well-written summaries follow the guidelines of introducing and naming specifically the title of the piece, the author, and the thesis in the first sentence or two. And then a good summary addresses the main ideas of the essay. A good summary concludes in some sort of a way. It's brief. And in fact, you could view this as a very mini kind of an essay, where an essay has a recognizable beginning, middle, and end. Here in this paragraph, and good, well-written paragraphs also have a topic sentence, some stuff in the middle, and a transition to the next paragraph. Here in these article summaries, you should have a recognizable introduction that states the title and the author of the essay and the thesis of the essay. It should have some stuff in the middle where you address the main ideas of the essay, and it should have a recognizable conclusion. If you have any questions regarding this assignment, of course, you can contact me. If you've already submitted an article summary, but it does not conform to this pattern, you should re-examine that. You can resubmit it, and I won't penalize it for being late. This was due last night at 11:59 p.m. If you want to re-examine it, re-examine your article summary over the weekend and resubmit it, you can do that. It's very easy to do in Canvas. In my view in Canvas, I'll always see the most recent assignment that you've submitted. So if you revise this article summary because it does not look like this, then when you resubmit that, I will see that revision. All right. You'll have a good afternoon. Be sure to watch the other mini lectures that I'm posting today on essay number 1 in MLA format. So MLA format for your heading right here. I'll post a mini lecture on that today too. All right. Talk to you later. Y'all have a good weekend.